Hello everybody, it's me, PPCC, and well, today we're going to take a look at a small indie zombie apocalypse survival type of game that I found really interesting since I don't necessarily have like any other full-on Let's Plays. I might as well do something short and interesting like this. So, as you saw there, we've begun a new game, a new campaign, so to speak, and this right here, this map right here, is the game screen for this. So what essentially this is, what essentially this game is about is it's about first and foremost surviving the zombie apocalypse, but also trying to leave this little town here, which is pretty much randomly generated along with everything else, including the people here. And what's really interesting is that this game has a full-on like system of how each and every one of these people interact with each other, and that's all related to their like prejudices and different attributes such as like what their job is and what their age is and what their background is. So that is very interesting and cool. And let's start off by setting our survivors, these little widget pieces things represent our survivors. So let's send every single one of them to a different house to kind of scout out this entire region, this area next to our safe house right here. You can see which piece represents which person down here, so I hope that'll make things a little bit easier. And essentially how this game plays out is that most of the action will be conducted on this map right here, and most of the actual information that you're gathering will be displayed inside this this diary thing. And if we take a look at this diary thing, it reveals a lot about the different places. So let's take a look at whatever store this is. Second Fairview Road is a tiny building. It's 5 rooms, 3 doors, 8 windows, and all of this stuff is fairly important, simply because it relates to how you essentially conduct yourselves. You know, one thing that's really distracting me right now is that my leg is numb, and if I move it, it would feel more uncomfortable. So yeah, but back to the point. So now that we've cleared out this little area around our house, let's figure out how to survive the first day. So at 7 a.m. we've got the entire day ahead of us, but also the night. And let's take a look at our supplies. So we start off with a handgun, which is rather nice. It has a little bit of ammunition. We have a frying pan, a pair of binoculars, and a saucepan, a crowbar. So all of that will be fairly useful, but we're running really low on food. We only have 4 snacks, and those aren't very good for anything. So first and foremost, let's get one of our people to watch for zombies, so that'll scan the area around our house and look for potential threats. And let's get Sheena and Wayne to search the location for anything useful. So before we actually commence that, let's take a look at the relationship between Sheena, Perry, and Wayne. So let's take a look at that. Wayne, they have an alright relationship. So they aren't like best buddies, but since they have a equal or roughly equal amount of skill in searching the locations. Oh, what happened? So it looks like two of our survivors actually had a argument, and it looks like that actually broke out into a fight. So that is just fantastic. And it looks like there's like a giant what do you call it, relationship damage whole thing right there. So we're gonna have to kind of patch that up. Seeing as we do need all of our survivors to be functioning together, let's get Sheena Perry, and let's actually make, oh, these two people just hate each other. This one doesn't like that person, this one doesn't like that person, so that is kind of weird. let's spread a rumor that that she was the leader of the National Association for stuff and oh, is there? Police officers. There we go. So you can create like these little custom messages. If I remove that, spread rumor, activism, uh, spoke at a rally for state of, and we just put in a few professions here, right? So that this pretty much makes it so that police officers and that's really weird. So this can you can artificially control your groups' relations like that. But with the police officer having a concussion, that brings one of our people down. So we're going to have to get somebody to fix her up, and it looks like we don't have any medicine at this location. So we're gonna have to raid for some medicine. It looks like this house right here. There's no people right there, so that place is cleared up, I believe. So let's send this person over here. And seeing as they're causing the trouble with the whole argument thing, so let's bring them over there, and let's get Wayne, or rather this person right here, Fernando, to go over there, and let's get Blue to watch for zombies. Let's do something like that. Oh hey, we found some more ammunition, which is great. So now we scouted out the house again. It looks like there is definitely no people inside. So what we're going to do is that we're going to send some people over there again, and we're going to bring them over with the pistol and all the ammunition, a hammer to open areas, and you can see that the different weapons have different stats. The things that we're looking for right now is quietness, barricading, demolition, and the assault skill. So we're kind of looking for that. It looks like a crowbar would be really useful for that operation. So we're gonna go like that, and just kind of send 3 people over there to scout it out. And judging by this little briefing right here, it looks like that house was completely empty, so they managed to move inside there a-okay. They found some painkillers, some scrap, but nothing major. So what should we do? What should we do? We have some more food over here, but we don't have the medicine, so let's get everybody back to our safe house. And let's get them to bring the handgun back, definitely. The hammer, the crowbar, the frying pan, the snacks, and the painkillers. So we're gonna move them back. There we go. How are our relationships doing? So since we spread that rumor, it looks like everybody is kind of in the green and in the orange or the yellow. So it looks like everybody will be performing a little better with each other. But our police officer is injured, and the police officer is one of the really better off wanted roles inside the game, so we're gonna have to get that concussion fixed. But right now we don't have anything apart from some painkillers, so that's kind of a problem. So now that we have everybody back here, let's assign people to different occupations. And what you kind of want to do with this is just aim to assign groups of people with relatively the same stats, and that way they'll hopefully increase their relations, which is the little circle over here, and that's kind of what we want to do. Okay, so we can't really put anyone else on to guard. So let's take a look at the house security report. There's 13 unsecured windows / doors, and there's quite a little bit of furniture. So let's. Oh, I don't know. In theory, we could fortify this house, but I mean, it looks like we're going to clean it out pretty fast, so there's no real point in that, right? Let's see what else we find. So it looks like Wayne had a bit of a discontent thing going on. He wanted to play a game of chess, but was turned down by everybody else. What else happened? Okay, so Meredith, I don't know how to say that name, and Brianna took some time to trade fighting techniques, so they almost switched out this house. So right now we're at 86%, and it looks like we found quite a lot of good stuff. Yeah, all the rooms have been searched now, so this house is entirely empty, and we should be going. We should be on the moves. We should be going on the move. So we know for sure that this house over here is empty. So let's get everybody to go over here. And the only way that you can transport stuff is to like kind of do it through this menu right here. It's a little bit of a pain in the ass, so just bear with me on this. But we're going to take all of the important things with us. Binoculars, a hammer, a spanner, a screwdriver. The spanner and screwdriver come into play when you're like tinkering with items, when you're trying to modify different things. But right now we don't necessarily have a person who is really good at that. Actually, this person might be really good at that. Let's see: perspective, focused, practical, realistic. Good at barricading, making traps, modifying items, yes. So we have one person that's good at modifying items, and if you've played other zombie games, you've kind of already know what the whole building items thing is. Like one game that comes to mind is Dead Island, where you can like make a whole bunch of like really wacky different tools to fight zombies with. But that's kind of what we can kind of do inside this game. But we do need the correct tools. So it's 6 p.m. right now. Everybody's fed. This chick still has a concussion, which will be quite a little bit of a problem. But it looks like we have enough goods to go through the night. Now, there's a factory here. Or rather a warehouse, and there's a store here. I don't know which one would be better off for food. We're still living off of these snacks, and you can see that the nourishment value of them aren't very high. So we've got to figure out where to kind of make a raid, either the warehouse or the store. Um, let's see how she's doing. So dull and unaware. So she's going to be a liability either way because of that concussion. I'm going to take a guess and say that the store would be, or no, let's go to the warehouse. Let's get everybody going to the warehouse, and since they all have a decent relationship to each other, or rather this web of these three people have good connections with each other, these two people have good solid connections with each other, and they have relatively good connections with each other, that means our overall group efficiency is going to be pretty good. And that makes me believe that we can take on this place. So we don't necessarily need the wrench over here. We're going to take those binoculars, and we're going to take those flashlights, simply because those will help us lower the risk of busting into a place like that. And we're going to take some of this other stuff, take snacks and painkillers, and the I don't know, frying pan, because that'll help us cook food. So we're going to take those items, and we're going to fight into the house. So it looks like we took down 2 zombies, but there's a handful of zombies still inside here. So there's 3 more zombies. Oh, that's not very good. That is not very good. Took a few more hits on that one. One thing that you don't want to do is to get an infection of any sort onto our squad. So right now we have one person with a concussion and one person with a laceration, and we don't have anybody with a medical background, and that is going to be a pain in the butt, because that removes all possibility of having somebody that is really good at fixing these people up. So let's get Fernando to go and kind of clean up everything. We still have 3 snacks, so hopefully that'll last us till later on. Okay, yeah, used up 2 snacks, found some shotgun shells, 11 carving knives, a circular saw, some more food. Still no medicine. That is going to be a rather big problem. It's 9 o'clock, and you can kind of see that the screen is getting darker as we progress through the night. So, it's not a very good idea to send anybody out right now. Fernando's still cleaning up stuff for the zombies, and everyone else is still searching. Uh-oh. Looks like we've run into a dilemma. So Wayne says he saw someone else, Brianna, steal and hide some painkillers while searching the warehouse. She says they're there to cope with the chronic pain. What should we do in this situation? I'm going to let them keep the pills because whoops. Whoops. Wrong option. I thought that one was to keep the pills. I don't know. So it looks like we've got more injuries. That was my bad. I should have. It looks like this game is one of those where the top menu choice isn't always the top menu choice. So that kind of messed me up. But oh well. Should be fine. We still have 4 packets of painkillers, and I mean they are fairly efficient at doing their job. So we should be fine with that. We want to clean off those corpses right away, simply because they are a pain in the butt when they start attracting zombies. So that's kind of what I want to do there. And it looks like we found a whole bunch of just random crap, really. A lot of ammunition for guns that we don't have. A lot of cooking ingredients though. So it looks like we've managed to kind of hunker down. Everybody's still fresh right now. So right now, what I want to do is that I want to fortify the location for the night. Right now we can put down 8 traps and we can kind of fortify the outside of this building. So let's do that. Let's get another person to watch for zombies, and it looks like Wayne will be that person. And I suppose we can send Fernando over there as well. They're pretty good buddies. How is our relationship web? So our relationship web is getting better, which is rather good. So we're going to send those two to kind of take the lookout, and we're going to get everyone else to make some regular traps. Or no, let's barricade the place. And we're going to do that quietly so that no zombies are alerted. There we go. Alright, so we've secured 1 doorway in the last 2 hours. It's not very efficient, but it's going to have to do. So we're going to get that one of these people to cook up a meal. Actually, we don't need to do that just yet, so we'll leave everybody as they are. This is why you leave spotters. If you don't leave a spotter, it's really easy to get caught up with doing your work, and then you don't get this prepared for battle bonus. You can go through and read this if you'd like, but essentially what it says is that our group of members were successful in defending this little place. So right now things still look pretty good. There's a store just across the road, and it looks like we can see one zombie inside there, and it's nearing dawn. So what I'm going to do is that, are you ready? No, you're not. You're not ready to do anything. We're going to send a small group of people. So let's send a Wayne. Wayne is he's still tough, and it doesn't look like he suffered any major penalties for taking a little bit of damage. So we're going to send him and Fernando over there. And what we're going to have them do is that we're going to have them assault the store, and that essentially what that means is that they're going to shoot out the place with the handgun, and hopefully what that'll do is that'll kill the zombie that's inside there, and that'll clear everything out. But it looks like everybody's taking a little bit of damage, so we need to move fast. Okay, group raid time. Everybody needs to go. And we're going to have to take that store, because that store probably has a lot of good stuff inside. Let's get some fire axes. Everybody gets a flashlight. Or no, take two. Take a few crowbars. Sledgehammer. We definitely can't carry all of this food stuff, so we're going to have to leave that as it is. But we're going to have to send everybody over to that store, and hopefully they'll be able to beat up all the zombies inside the store. And it looks like they were fairly successful. So now they're inside. They found some snacks, some ingredients. That is very good. Have one person on lookout, and we'll have two people searching for anything useful. And I guess we'll have Fernando make some food, and we'll have I don't know. We'll have one person just kind of idle. A battered, injured man arrived at the store. He says he's been hunting a zombie for the past month and wants our help. He warns us this is no ordinary zombie. I've never chosen the second option. I've always given him some food and some stuff. So I never actually refused his offer, but I know that if you accept it, you'll find the super zombie right away, and then he'll essentially just maul the survivor down and do some damage to all of our people. So I don't want that. So everybody here is just going to rest up, do their jobs, and it looks like Wayne is the only person that's going to rest up, which is fine. And let's get Fernando to clean up all the zombie corpses. We found a ton of rifle ammunition, so that is very good. Ah, perfect. We found a bolt-action rifle right here. So now we have a gun, like a real gun, in addition to our handgun. And we also, when did we find the shotgun? Is what I'm wondering about. But now that we have all of this equipment, we can finally begin to move up into some of the tougher buildings. And right now, I think I'll get the uninjured person to go out there and scout out the hospital, because we still need some medication for our people. Hospital at place 7 doors, 17 windows, should contain a catch of medical supplies. Saw 16 zombies, so there's a fair bit of zombies inside there. Still dull, unaware. Yeah, everybody is getting a little, like, all of their relationships are fairly good now. You can see that it's mostly green. But the problem is that everybody is injured and we only have 3 packets of painkillers. What we can do is that we can treat a survivor like that. And let's get somebody to prepare some meals. And spend the next 2 hours just hopefully fixing some people up. So it looks like Fernando's fixed up, but we're still fairly low on supplies in terms of meals and medical supplies. Okay, so what can we do about this? Let's send 4 people to the hospital, and this is going to be a little bit of a risky action, but I want to give them the bolt-action rifle. Give them all the ammunition for that. What happened to our handgun? Somebody took our handgun, or maybe we just left it behind. But I'm going to give everybody all of the ammunition, a few bats to them, and give them the meals and the painkillers. And I'm going to send them to the hospital. In the meantime, Sheena will first and foremost create a distraction by making a noise, by making a ruckus. You get to hear some great sound effects, but what that'll essentially do is that these people right here, the 4 survivors, are going inside the hospital, and they'll be trying to fight the zombies, the 30 zombies inside, with the weapons that they have. In the meantime, Sheena is just going to, Sheena already caused a distraction here, so Sheena is going to go over there and try to help them out, bring the cricket bat, some flashlights, and essentially just take that over. Oh. Yikes. So yeah, this is a very, very roguelike game. I mean, it's fairly difficult. I guess I probably shouldn't have tried to storm that building right there. If you guys want to see some more of this game, maybe like a second run through, then I could do a video. But until then, I guess, bye-bye.